What's up, my millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires that's entering this crypto space? I welcome you to this channel. Hey, family. I'm going to play a video of Gary Gensler. He's talking about crypto market won't last long outside regulatory framework. So we're just going to hear what he has to say. You know, it's crazy because he's saying that the crypto markets may struggle to survive in the U.S. outside the country's regulatory framework. So is he going to pass this? Is the SEC going to just kill this case and be like, well, hey, XRP will stand over all other digital currencies? What do you guys think? But that's what I'm going to do right now. We're going to play this video. We're going to listen to it together, and we're going to hear what he has to say.
Coin, Ethereum, and more.
SEC Chair Gary Gensler stirring things up again with cautions for the crypto market. In an interview with the Financial Times today, he said the crypto industry won't last long outside a regulatory framework. He reiterated that a number of cryptocurrencies can be deemed as securities and called on crypto trading platforms to register with the SEC. Nick Day, Managing Editor of Global Policy and Regulation, is here with us now to talk about this and some other stuff. Good morning, Nick. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, hanging in there. So, yeah, we heard Gary Gensler says crypto should be asking for permission, not forgiveness. What gives, man? What's up with that?
I mean, I don't know that this is necessarily anything new, right? And even going back to Jay Clayton, Gary Gensler's predecessor, the SEC has always had a reach out to us if you have any kind of questions approach, at least one that they've publicly espoused. The whole FinHub division of the SEC is in fact meant to answer these questions. If people are trying to launch some kind of a crypto product, whether that's a token or a new project, or if they have a startup that might at some point use a crypto token, the SEC has always had this position that you should reach out to them and ask them questions, get their permission, and basically get their kind of approval that they're not going to come after you for an enforcement action a couple years down the line.
So when former chair Jay Clayton left and Gary Gensler came in, there was broad excitement in the crypto industry that, hey, here's someone who gets it. Has there been anything to reflect a change in approach from the SEC under Gensler, or was that just sort of wishful thinking by the crypto industry that had grown tired of Clayton's tenure at the SEC?
I think it's a combination, but I wrote I want to say in the spring, but Gary Gensler knowing crypto doesn't necessarily mean he's going to enact a favorable crypto regulatory regime, and the actions and the statements he's made since then kind of indicated that what the SEC will do is have a more sophisticated approach to some of these issues. It's going to DeFi being the biggest example. Maybe the SEC did not really publicly comment much on DeFi in the last year, but last couple of months, they're suddenly going all in. They're taking enforcement actions. They're calling companies, decentralized finance tech firms. It's much more, I don't want to say necessarily sophisticated is the right word, but it's, much more robust, much more advanced than what we saw, 4 years ago or even 3 years ago.
Hey, Nick, I heard those police sirens
coming for somebody. Yeah,
I heard those police sirens, and it reminded me something happened with Tether, right? Something with us, the CoinDesk and the courts. Hey, you got something to say about that?
Yeah. So yesterday, Tether filed a petition to stop the New York Attorney General's office from responding to a Freedom of Information Law request that I originally filed around 3 or 4 months ago. In that request, on behalf of CoinDesk, I asked for specifically the documents detailing Tether's reserve composition and, trying to verify that those are identical to what Tether's published since, based on comments that you made by Tether's general counsel, Stu Hoegner, that whatever they sent to the NYAG, they would publish to the public as well.
Yeah, those were things that they said they would publish. Did they ever give a timeline as to when they would publish, or they just said we're going to make it public at some point?
Well, they said they would make future filings public. So they have published, I think, 2 so far, and that seems to be in line with what they said back in March. But the question I have is, we're in an industry where the big phrase is "don't trust, verify." Here's me trying to verify that what they're publishing is indeed identical to what they're sending the NYAG's office. And more importantly, that it's what they sent the NYAG's office over the past 2 years during the investigation into whether or not Tether misled its customers by, providing a loan to its sister company, Bitfinex.
Nick, there's also been some news from the NYDFS.
Yeah, so New York Governor Katie Hochul, who just took office in the last week, has nominated Adrian Harris, a professor and former economic advisor to former President Barack Obama, as the new head of the New York Department of Financial Services. And what's really kind of stood out to me is Miss Harris, or Professor Harris rather, has been a player in the crypto industry. She's an advisor on the board of directors to the Digital Dollar Project, headed up by former CFTC Chair Christian Carlo. And others, but she's also testified, I think, before Congress. So she is someone who has experience in the crypto industry, coming in to head one of the most important state financial regulators that has crypto ties.
Promiscuity and also more sophistication on the part of our readers and on the part of crypto investors in the past few months, but especially in the past month. So we're always curious about what they're curious about, and their new queries about different types of coins and different types of ways to invest in the blockchain have really revealed a lot to us. So we found that Cardano, very popular coin, very popular token, that's a decentralized proof of stake blockchain platform, has the ADA token, very popular among our readers who are interested in investing in that. They're looking at blockchain ETFs. They're looking at which ones are the best ones to access blockchain so they can invest in it without actually investing in Bitcoin. They're interested in DAO, the decentralized autonomous organizations. That's more like a venture capital firm for crypto developers. But they're also interested in Ethereum's gas and Ethereum's Gwei. These are the pricing mechanisms for developing Ethereum in those tokens. So it's a sophisticated audience. They've kind of moved on from Bitcoin, although a lot of people are still involved in it, obviously, and Ethereum and some of the other popular tokens, but it's become much more widespread.
Why do you think that is? Are people getting bored with Bitcoin? Do they just want to diversify? Or is it the technology behind Cardano or Ethereum that somehow seems more appealing to the cryptocurrency investor?
I think it's all the above. I don't think they're ever going to tire of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin enthusiasts, as we know, are there forever. They're hodlers forever. But I think that they're looking at what's being developed outside of Bitcoin. And I do think, Stephen, that some people are interested and curious about the energy consumption that Bitcoin does require to develop. So if you're looking at other, at Gwei, for example, or gas, they're looking at different ways of modeling and measuring how much energy it takes to develop some of these tokens. But there's also a lot of interesting technology being developed outside on the blockchain where investors can get access to it, and I think that's what's attracting them right now.
Whether it's Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency, they still all face the same risk, right? Which is the SEC, the prospect of more regulation. We had those comments on tape from Gensler yesterday. Is that something that investors are telling you is top of mind?
Yeah, absolutely. So we follow that very closely, and they're very curious about regulation around crypto, around what might come from the SEC or from other regulators. But they're also curious about hacking and the safety of Bitcoin. We have a lot of queries about what's the best wallet. Should it be in cold storage? Should they have their own separate wallet for it? How safe is it? Is it hackable? So people are interested, not just those folks who have been in it for a while, but new investors who are looking around this ecosystem, wondering how safe it is and which ways to access it if it's not going to be through Bitcoin per se.
That should tell you everything right there. Investors are not just only buying Bitcoin. They want to look outside of the box, outside of Bitcoin. And where? XRP, Cardano, DAO, Stellar, Doge. You've seen all those digital assets that they had on that screen. It's showing you right there in your faces what they're looking at, what these major investors are looking at. And if you guys can understand that, I believe that we're shooting up to higher digits. It may not be this year, it may not be next year, but I know it's going up. I'm sticking to it. They have it right in our faces. You guys cannot be blind of seeing that. So they know about the energy. I know they were talking about with Ripple, XRP. Bitcoin consumes so much energy. And they're talking about cold wallet and hard wallet. So you already know everything going through Ledger, XRP. So once again, thank you guys for watching this video. If you don't like the video, you ain't got to subscribe. But if you like the video, subscribe. Like the video if you can. If you want to dislike it, it's cool. But all I do know is I am holding the greatest digital asset that was ever created. And that's XRP.